Good morning and welcome back to another video, guys. Hope you are doing absolutely fine. Today is a very special episode and we are going to have somebody very special. As you saw in the thumbnail, we are having an award-winning blogger in this show, and we will talk details about her career and how she can help you guys as a budding influencer. Let's welcome Miss Munmun Ghosh, who is also known as the Fashion Empress. How did you actually start blogging to my viewers?
Actually, I started off as a stylist in the industry. I've been in the industry for around a couple of years. I mean, you can say around 9 years. And into blogging, I've been into it for 5 years. And yes, it's quite an interesting journey. So the thing is that I had a major transformation, and henceforth, a friend of mine suggested, why don't you start something of your own? And since you're so good at giving tips and doing transformation, so why don't you transform people? So that's when my journey started off, where I became a stylist, a personal stylist. And as you know, being a personal stylist, you do touch upon people's personal life as well, because you're doing a major change in their lives. You're changing the way they look, and that's an immediate result actually. So the way they perceive themselves. And so I was under internship with Kelly Lundberg. She mentored me, and she's one of the first celebrity stylists out here in UAE. And yes, so after that, it's been a roller coaster journey. So it was very natural that from being a stylist, I ventured into becoming fashion editor, and then when I started networking, I ventured into being a fashion PR. So after that, there was no looking back, and then henceforth blogging had already got its name thanks to pioneer bloggers like Huda Katan, and it's from henceforth where the journey started. So my range of inspiration comes from her and from a lot of other beauty and fashion personalities as well. I always wanted to win one, and I always wanted to have something which would define me as a person, and I would serve as an inspiration to women all around the world, and not only women, even men around the world. So there was always this killer instinct in me. So I was told that when I ventured into the fashion world, that I'm a very simple girl, and I would need to have a very great sense of style and fashion, and would have to look like a model, etc. But as we know that the glamour industry itself has witnessed a revolution, be it in terms of the way you look, the way you present yourselves, or the way you love your bodies. So for me, it was quite a bottleneck out there, but then I heard every challenge as a yes. So whatever, if it was a no, it was a yes for me, and I took it in a very positive stride. And I was a woman with like a horse with blindfolds. So I would only focus and not listen to others. And actually, I've been a rebel, so I don't listen to people much. Sometimes you did feel that you wanted to let go of it completely, but the biggest part is that, and the biggest blessing is that when you are doing something with so much of dedication and loyalty towards it, and there's no two ways about it, no other hanky-panky business about it, God will show you a way, and that's the time God will give you an opportunity to move forward. It's up to you whether you take it forward or not. And if I win this award, then it would be a pride not only for UAE, because I've been so far the only blogger to be nominated. I have one more other blogger who just got nominated, but I'll be representing India also, and I've just won the Best Influencer Asia. So I think I would be representing both countries.
True.
So it would be a very good impact on both of them as well in terms of blogging business, because post-pandemic, blogging is the thing. And what I know is that social media influencers have been the busiest in this pandemic, including me. I would win this, then the women all around were told that no, you cannot achieve this. They will be 100% achieving what they want, and at least they will be having the grit to go forward. I mean, a never say die attitude. I mean, that's what differentiates between winner and a loser, because both of them make equal
Absolutely.
efforts, but the one who doesn't give up is the winner. And that's the trick actually.
Absolutely. I can see someone walking on a red carpet in 2021.
I'm already dreaming about the Cannes red carpet now.
Yes.
So
It's kind of a Oscar award for the bloggers,
it's
right?
it's very much so. World Bloggers Award is the platform for all the bloggers all around the world. It's an Oscar for bloggers. A very highly recognition out there to be achieved by all the bloggers all around. We had Nusrat from Dubai who won the award last year. We had BBK Wines who won it from home, back home, and we also had Gianluca Vasci, the most famous Instagrammer. Nowadays, after Kim Kardashian, of course. But for me, my Oscar is to walk the red carpet in Cannes. I mean,
Yeah.
that's been a dream, and I think that's a dream for every fashionista out there.
So let us know, as a Dubai blogger, how Dubai give you the opportunities, how different it is compared to India.
And Dubai gives that opportunity in a plethora, because you have everything from food to fashion to real estate, blogging
Yes.
to cars. So we have one of the most famous vloggers, which is Mo Vlogs and
Yeah.
Alrana Rose. So yes, I mean, I think they started it off from there, and people started following the trend, and then blogging is, I think, one of the professions, very much niche professions out there in UAE now.
So share some tips to my viewers, especially those who are wanted to take up blogging as a career. So what are the tips that you wanted to share with them?
The tips would be, start going to events, start attending more events. That's where I started from. Talk to people. If you know someone from a marketing department, from a certain profession, I think that's where you hit it off from, and that's where you start creating your contacts. One person will lead you to 10. It's like a chain reaction.
Absolutely.
So from then forward, you also start putting up nice pictures and posts. So I've seen people, in fact, nano influencers or micro bloggers, getting paid assignments
Okay.
now, and I think companies prefer them doing more of the campaigns, as they have a very niche segment. So they cover masses.
Absolutely.
So for them, they'll have, for example, they'll have a lot of housewives following them who don't get time, but when they see the blogs, it adds to their value-added time at home. So, and they would know where to buy from, where to go, etc., etc. So invest in a very good high-resolution camera. And also, once you have, suppose, say 500 or 1,000 followers, don't hesitate in approaching brands directly.
Yeah, that is very important.
And brands love it actually if you come forward. Initially, you would have to do that, but I would say once you gain a position, you wouldn't have to DM them or anything. Though I mean, I still do approach brands proactively, but once you have your position, you can, and once you have enough income from it, you can hire a brand manager for you. So they can always get a PR manager who can get you campaigns, assignments, etc. for you. Very classy and edgy at the same time. So my style is that. And what I do always carry along with me is a black or symbol. So a black piece, actually, a black top, be it a black dress. So that's an essential for me. But the way you style it with the accessories, and you can create a plethora of looks with it. So for me, I think a black outfit is an essential, and also a white outfit as well. So, and summers are there, so these will never ever go out of fashion. Something very smoky, something on the darker lines, or it can be something bling but with very minimalistic makeup. And I would rather go for very smoky makeup and glossy eyes, and it would be a very sexy outfit, which would be a bodycon outfit, and it can be of any color though. So for me, that would be a date night look where it flatters your shape. Okay, so I mean, there are so many names out there coming in my mind, but it's Kareena Kapoor always. So if you're asking about fashion, I mean, it's because of the stylist Tanya Gavli. So Tanya is an amazing stylist. I've been following her, and she has done wonders on that lady, and because of that, Kareena has become the euphoric fashion icon of our genre. Well, it's my black LBD full sleeve bodycon, and it's actually cotton, so it's very wearable, and I can just put it on, style it with earrings, and I can have a scruffy bun and yet look stylish with it and just walk out of my home. So yes, that's one of my stylish outfits. Though I have so many, I have so many, my wardrobe is exploding actually. Dress to impress would be something which would flatter you and your body shape, your personality, which would bring out the best in you, and it can be anything. So, but always remember that it should be something which hides your flaws. I mean, if you're on the heavier side, you can always go for darker colors, conceal it, and do a little study on favorites. Because if you have something like a Georgette fabric or a spandex, it really flatters your figure. So be it any kind of outfit, and that's another segment, but you make sure that you have your flaws in it and you put your best foot forward. So if you're short, wear heels, but if you're not comfortable in heels, wear block heels. So they flatter your whole look and they complete your whole look. So it changes your look. Even the eye makeup, if you're going for an office interview or you're going for a formal interview or a corporate casual interview, make sure you have very light makeup on with very soft makeup, and you wear clothes. In being in UAE, we have to wear modest clothes, but and it depends from profession to profession. So if you're in advertising profession, you will need to wear more clothes which represent your creativity rather. So yes.
Name 2 brands that you blindly go in and take out whatever you want.
Okay, I used to have a very tough time with Zara, but now Zara caters to curvy women as well, because a size 14 of Zara was actually a size 8.
No.
So, but now I think they've branched out, and thanks to celebrities like Kim Kardashian and Jennifer Lopez, you cannot have a size 12 uniform. We come in different sizes and shapes. So it would be Zara, but my most preference is Next. They never ever disappoint you or fail you. Next has a very British touch to it. I'm a very big fan of Princess Diana and the royal family. I love Kate's style, and I mean, the cheaper option. I mean, she always dresses in in Alice Tetterall and Alice Temple and different designers like Alexander McQueen. But if I would go for something similar, it would be Next, because their styles are very British and they're very flattering. They fall on your body just like silk.
Okay, alright. So Are you very obsessed about your shoes?
Shoes, not really, not as obsessed as one of the prime ministers that I knew. But yes, I mean, it's just that I like to be stepping, my foot forward in the most comfortable of shoes. So you will not see me, you will not catch me in a lot of heels or very pointed stilettos. But I will, my favorite is my nude pumps. So they're comfortable, super comfortable, and I had bought them from Aldo quite a long time ago, and they go with every outfit, literally every outfit. But my current favorite is the Place, the clear sandals, the clear vinyl sandals which you get, and I think they're a summer favorite and they're here to stay.
Okay, all right. So we are almost end of this session, and we will going to have some very quick question to her. This is known as quickie,
Okay.
and you have 2 seconds to think of it. You don't have much time to. We will start from your Instagram followers. How many followers currently you have?
I have around 71,800 followers.
So you are almost reaching 100k very soon.
Yes, inshallah.
So
yes.
guys, go ahead and follow her. As I said, her ID on your screen. Go follow her. You will get to know about her life, her brands. And anyway, so first question is from Instagram itself. Like, what was the worst DM you ever received in Instagram, if you remember?
Okay. I had someone actually commenting on my mother's part, so it was very weird, and I wanted to report him, but unfortunately he was in Baghdad. So, and he
Okay.
wrote it in Arabic, and very cleverly, so that I can't report it. Instagram, unfortunately, isn't that helpful nowadays. So, if you ever get such kind of a hate comment, please do approach police.
So, what is the most overrated Bollywood movie you have seen in very recent past?
Dabang. Undoubtedly Dabang. And Dabang 3. Though I could still sit through Dabang 1, but Dabang 2 was a disaster and I didn't have the energy or the grit to see Dabang 3.
Alright, so the next question is very common, and it very very frequently comes in the followers' mind. In my followers in YouTube, they frequently ask, what is your income? Like, what is your income from the brand endorsement? Just cite an example. What was the maximum income you have made in a single month? You don't have to specify about that, but at least some idea.
Well, I did make quite a good amount from a fashion brand, and it was, and also from an art background brand. So it was, I think, around roughly, I will have to say, would be around 20k. That's it.
Okay. So you were a banker at some point of time,
Yes, yes.
right? So do you ever regret to leaving your job and being a full-time influencer now?
No, not really. I'm quite happy and I'm able to give much time to my blog now. I'm into my Instagram, so it was my dream to become a full-time one, and once I started getting that income, so it was natural that I would leave, and the pandemic was the ideal excuse to leave the job actually.
Alright, so this is one of the positive sign of this pandemic. Anyway,
Yes.
so why did you choose? Why one choose a particular platform, whether it's Facebook, Instagram, or YouTube? How do you differentiate or your?
See, my personal Facebook also has around roughly 2,000 friends, and they are people mostly I know or have been in touch with. I've been very choosy on my Facebook because it's more personal.
Yes.
But the thing is that the kind of reach Instagram has, and since Facebook has taken over Instagram recently, so it has acquired Instagram. So there's no difference basically left. So Instagram, be it stories, be it anything, it has even outwitted Snap in the race. So Instagram was a natural choice because putting up stories, so they give both options for the stories for 24 hours, of course, and for your feed, you have the option of putting it up in your Instagram, and you can make it private or personal, so you don't have to
Yes.
keep adding friends and then make it private.
So this is a very controversial topic. Very recently, TikTok has been banned across India,
Yes.
but this part of the world, TikTok is still working.
Yes.
But a lot of influencers who've been associated with TikTok. Now I think there is an option in the Instagram as well. You can make short
Reels,
videos.
Yes. Instagram Reels is yet to be introduced in our region. It's introduced in India already.
Yes.
It's in its very nascent stage. So you can look forward to Instagram Reels now. So it's something very much, I think it's going to be a big income driving platform.
Yes.
So, and especially for people in India actually.
Those who are into TikTok,
TikTok.
they can you guys can easily shift and
I mean,
bring.
they're TikTok influencers basically.
What is that one brand that you integrated but you regret having done that? Ever happened to you?
Not really. It's actually a question of my integrity. Even if I have done a pro bono work, sometimes I think I've faced this when I was a stylist. I don't think when I became a blogger I faced it, but it's actually I've not regretted doing them. But then there was a very big, I'm not a very big actress, and she's well known now because of the web series, and her mother runs a magazine in a women's magazine back in India, but I had styled her last minute because there was no stylist available for an award ceremony in Dubai, and the boutique I had sourced outfits from got stolen according to them, and I was following up with them. I had to pay up for it.
My God, that is.
And the actress did not do anything about it, and I was very offended about it. And we actually have I mean, recently I've made a friend who knows her very well, so I kind of conveyed it, but it doesn't make a difference to them. It's honestly, I mean, I do not want to go to that side, but there are some people, there are really some professional people even at the top level who do compensate for the losses, but 80% of them, they don't give a damn whether your outfit is stolen or whether you have to pay for it, and it all rises down to your morals and to your upbringing.
Yes, absolutely. Okay, last question. If you are into a same-sex relationship, who is the influencer or a model you would have loved to choose? Pick.
I do not know influencer or model, but I love Shushmita Sen.
Oh,
She's been my idol. I mean, if Princess Diana was alive, it would be her.
okay.
But I think Shushmita Sen is like pure love. That woman is outstanding. I admire her grit, her boldness, and the way she has her stage presence and her persona and her intellect capacity, because it's very tough even for big personalities to stand up in front of her, because she's very bold and unapologetic, just like me. So I kind of relate to her, and the way she's come from here to there, it's commendable basically. And she's very unabashed about her relationships also, about the way she adopted her child, and she's broken all taboos basically.
Absolutely true. You handles a lot of celebrities from India and other part of the world who's come in for a lot of fashion shows and other brand endorsing and all. Anyone is your favorite? You had very good experience to work with.
Okay, so good experience as in I would say I think Shah Rukh Khan was quite humble.
Okay.
Very humble, down to earth, and no whiff of arrogance in him. He is a people's person, and it was not only I met a few Pakistani actresses also, Maura Hoken and Mahira Khan, very down to earth. I mean, I can't imagine our A-list actors practices be so possessing such a demeanor, but she was very effortless, very well versed. She didn't have anyone prompting her to talk this, to talk that.
Okay.
Very, very fluent. I was very impressed by her, and yes, of course, Shahrukh.
Influencer should keep in their mind. Just 3 words.
Okay, be creative, be consistent, and be fearless.
Alright, so guys, it's almost end of this session with her, and we wish you
Fingers
all the
crossed.
very best for your future journey.